These cops were out on patrol when they spotted a Corvette C8 and decided to follow it. When they pulled up behind it, they thought the driver was stopping. But nope. The passenger had other plans and decided he wasn't getting involved today. Would you have done the same? And this is how the chase began. That Corvette's horsepower left the cops in the dust. This driver wasn't playing around. He wanted to teach them a lesson. They searched for him for several minutes. Even more officers joined in. But this driver was a real bully. He drove right past them, and they still couldn't catch him. That was the last time they saw him. The chase had to be called off. Mission passed. This Chevy Camaro was clocked at over 120 miles per hour on the highway, so the officers jumped into action. But the driver? He had zero intention of stopping. He was literally flying down the road. He kept pulling away every time the road was clear. The only time the cops could catch up was when traffic started to slow him down. You think they have any chance of catching him? But what these cops forgot was that the Arkansas state line was just ahead, and once they crossed into Tennessee, they'd lose all jurisdiction, so they had to call it off and head back. Mission passed for the driver. When GSP spotted this stolen Charger, they thought they had the perfect trap, a crowded parking lot to block him in. But what they didn't see coming? The car in front of him moved just in time, giving him the perfect escape route. And that was the last time these cops saw him. He smoked them so bad, the only thing they were chasing after that was the sunset. In today's chase, a Chrysler 300 SRT is flying at over 140 miles per hour. We've got a skilled cop behind the wheel and a spike strip ready to roll. This isn't just a pursuit, it's an action movie. When the trooper caught up from behind, he had to blow through a red light just to stay in the chase. And his driving skills? Straight out of Need for Speed. But this Chrysler driver was no joke. He shook the trooper off again. Then, at their next encounter in a mall parking lot, he somehow slipped away again. That's when the trooper got an idea. He turned off his lights to make the driver think he'd lost the cops, but that move ruined the whole chase. Little Rock PD was ready with a spike strip for the Chrysler, but ended up spiking the trooper instead, thinking he was the suspect with his lights off.
Do you have his lights on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault, man.
With not much criminal activity that day, these officers noticed a Corvette Z06 cruising by, and for no real reason decided to check it out. Just a little police ego, maybe. If you look at the car on the right, there was no illegal speeding going on. Nothing out of the ordinary. When the Corvette driver noticed the police, he moved over to let them pass. But these officers had no plans to go around. They were there to follow. Just to be sure he wasn't being followed, the Corvette driver took an exit off the highway, a quick move to see if the officers were still on his tail. When he realized they were still after him, he decided to teach them a lesson. And what happened next? Let's just say, if you've watched this far, you won't regret it.
Eastbound on 0, come up to Old Greenwood.
Good boy, down 0.
And just like that, he disappeared into the night. Mission passed.
A lot of traffic. I've still got him inside, so he's going probably 140 bucks. I'm at a little over 100.
Hey, I'm behind a car that ran from me a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
Give me just a second. Might be a pursuit. Driver, roll down the window, turn the vehicle off, and put the keys on top of the car. Turn the vehicle off.
And just like that, the chase was on again. Round 2 with the same Chrysler 300. But something tells me this one's personal now. That trooper's gonna be dreaming about this guy for weeks. This cop was all in, like 1000% locked into the chase. But the driver, a whole different level. Every time the trooper got close, boom, he was gone again. And then, just watch till the end, this black Chrysler disappears into the night like a ghost. Think the trooper will catch him the third time? It got so personal. The cop started asking around the neighborhood like he was looking for a long-lost cousin.
Y'all seen a gray Chrysler come through here?
Heard there's Dave.
Not recently.
No front.
Not like
no
just
front
now?
on the front of it.
Just recently?
Oh man, it's been a couple hours.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.